Welcome to Morning Movement and Meditation. I am so excited, and I'm excited to bring you our affirmation, our theme for the day. I'm trying to get the biggest smile that I can on for this because it's a good one. This is, again, Morning Movement and Meditation. It works in 3 parts. One is a movement practice, 10 minutes. One is sun salutations, 10 minutes. And the last section is a meditation, about 10 minutes. We start with setting up our theme. And today, big smiles, I am happy. I am happy, and it matches my clothes. There you go. And it's my favorite flower for those of you who want Ashley trivia, the bird of paradise. I radiate joy from deep within my soul. That's what it says here. So I radiate joy from deep inside my soul. I am happy. And happiness is a choice. So today we are going to choose happiness over anything else. Put a smile on your face. That can be the first action that you take that actually signals to your brain, yeah, I'm feeling good. So let's get up. Come on up with me. We stand up to start. We stand and do some movement. So take your feet wide. Turn the toes out, good balance. Bend the knees, horse stance. Hands next to your legs. And as you inhale, draw the hands up to the shoulder. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let's do wheel breath. Press the hands forward and down. So from the side view, it's a circular motion. Hands up, hands forward. Just connecting some simple movements with a deep breath. And for our Zoom participants, know that your camera can be on or off. It doesn't matter. This practice is gentle enough where I'm not too concerned about your movements or misalignments. We're not holding any poses too long, and most of it's accessible or easy to modify. Let's do one more nice circular breath. Imagine that breath coming in through the nose, filling the lungs from bottom to top, and then coming back up through the front of the body and out through the nose. And bring your hands down. Rest. Chin comes to chest. Keep the knees bent. Power in the quads. And take the head side to side. Right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Keep going with the neck rotations. Side to side. So our movement brings us from head to toe, so from the top to bottom. You are welcome to also do these seated, these first few movements as we head down towards about the waist, and then you'd have to stand up. Okay, bring your head back up to the center. Give it one big shoulder roll. Take those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Make fists with the hands, moving on to the shoulders. Stand up tall with a bend in the knees. Arm circles. So arms go flat to your body. Like your hands are rocks, your arms are a string. And trying to cross your body completely. Moving my body makes me happy. Every morning being here with you makes me happy. So bring in all those thoughts of simple, even daily things that create joy and happiness. Switch directions. Okay, and bring the arms down. Rotate through the wrists. So that was a big movement. It takes a lot of effort, and it's kind of fast. But it is what's going to kind of jolt us up in that way that, better than caffeine, let's just say that. This is a better than coffee wake up. Shake up the hands. You're not going to have the crash later in the day, right? Okay, take your hands just off your waist and with a little space from your hands to your waist. Twist, taking those elbows forward and back. Try to keep the hips stationary so it's just that sort of belly button section moving and twisting. This is where that core strength starts to heat up. Core strength being one of the foundational keys to all the movements we do. So we want to keep it strong. Twists also help to just sort of gently massage the internal organs. So it helps with our metabolism and helps with just running smoothly within our body. So keep it strong. Can you go a little bit deeper? That means trying to get your elbows farther back, farther forward. Okay, and slow it down, but make fists with your hands and tap just above the chest and on the lower back as you sway side to side. This is more of a energy type of movement. It's a Tibetan body pounding, which means that we're sending vibrations through the body, through the lymph nodes and the kidneys. Okay, and bring that to a pause. Open those arms, bend the elbows, press the elbows back, take an inhale. Exhale, one hand goes down, other hand comes across, straighten the legs, straight body, side bend, pressing side bend. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, side bend. 2 more. Lift, side to side, press. Connect it with that deep breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, press. Both arms reach up. Take the hands down, out to the side, and step the feet together. Okay, someone else is joining us. Oh, my mom is joining us. Okay, can't forget her. Okay, step your foot back. Step 1 foot back. We're heading into the lower body legs. Step 1 foot back, lift a knee. So just lift the knee, simple. The rest of your body's not really moving, it's just that one leg. We can go high kick to straighten the leg. Hello, Mom, good morning. I assume maybe you slept in. Well, we're at the high kick section. But because this is a sectional sequence, you can jump in when we do sun salutations and be completely fine. So it's okay. Okay, switch legs. Every single one of these sections in our practice can stand alone. So we're doing these first 10 minutes. You can do just this, and that's all right. You've got 10 minutes. Just do a head to toe, quick little better than coffee wake up. You got longer? You might sit for some meditation. It's the middle of the week right now, so balance is a little bit better than, let's say, after the weekend or or into the weekend. All right, bring your leg down. That's it. So maybe other little shakeouts. Occasionally I'll add some different flares of poses and movements for each body part. You can even make up your own. But that's our first section, our movement head to toe. Let's move on to sun salutations and a reminder of today's affirmation. I am happy. So if you see me here smiling the entire time, it's because I'm telling myself, I am happy. I'm signaling to my body that I want to feel uplifted and energized and joyful. So I act the way that I want to feel. So let's do some joyful sun salutations, creating some openness through the front and openness through, in our mind and body. So stand at the top of your yoga mat, no need for any props. Feet about hip distance, palms forward, shoulders back, a little bit taller through the spine. Inhale as you take those hands, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows and pull them back. So we've got this heart opening, chest openings, shoulder squeeze, back bend. Reach back up, inhale. Exhale, open arms, dive down to forward fold. That first forward fold, it always gets me. So we're going to hold in this forward fold. If it's the first one for you and it's 6 a.m., you might need a second to feel this. So bend the knees a little bit more, relax the neck. Then lengthen through the back, so you're lifting halfway, hands on the shins. Take that inhale to do that. Exhale as you plant the hands down, step your feet back, walk them back to plank pose. Plank pose is a strength pose. Fingers are spread wide, fingertips pressing in to your mat or the ground. Still a straight long body, much like mountain pose. And we'll lift the hips, bend the knees from plank pose, bend the knees, send the hips back and chest towards the legs. Now we're to downward facing dog. Hips up high, heels trying to press to the ground. Also a great place to pedal the feet one at a time. In this sun salutation, we're going to do some forward and back movement from up dog to downward facing dog. So let's find some stability, pressing in towards the heels, chest to legs, neck is loose. As you inhale, shift forward to plank pose, keeping the toes tucked under. Let's lower those hips almost to the ground, roll the shoulders back, and look forward, floating on the toes, up dog. Then look down, press into the hands, lift the hips and core first, shift back to downward facing dog. And going at your own pace, we'll do that a few more times. Forward, floating up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And anytime you can take the knees down or go from child's pose to a kneeling up dog. Also a great option. And once more, forward and back. Good. How do your hands feel? Your wrists feel okay? I know you can't answer, but just check in. If your wrists are ever feeling a little tense from putting weight on them, that's normal. We work on strengthening. So you're in downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale, maybe shake out the fingers. Exhale, forward fold. Whew. Rising up with bent knees, open those arms, lift up, flat back. Pull it back again, bend the elbows, big smile on your face. I am happy. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Quads and hips forward. Inhale, lift back to straight up and down, extended mountain pose. Exhale, open the arms and fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Stepping it back to plank pose again, walk the feet back. Good, set up in strong plank pose. We're not doing any tricep push-ups today. Just decided. Bend the knees, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now instead of a forward and back motion from up dog to down dog, we'll do hip circles. So we take the hips down to the right, do a little sort of jump rope motion, down and around, pivoting on the toes for a full big circle, down dog to up dog circle. And do that a few times, as big as you would like. So we'll do 3 each direction. Once you get 3, switch it. And then once you finish the 6 total, back to downward facing dog. We're in this pose a lot. It's a great place to build strength. Walk your feet forward again. We'll move on. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. I can feel myself getting looser every forward fold. Rise up, inhale, reach up. Bend those elbows again, pull it back. You could even press the palms together for a back bend. My back bends aren't super deep in the mornings, but what works for you right now is going to be different day to day. Reach back up, straight up and down. Forward fold, open those arms and take it down. Half lift, inhale. Step back to plank pose again, but you don't have to go so far. We're going right to the knees. Take the knees down, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Arch the back and look up. Round the back and look down. Cat and cow. Then bring it back to more of a neutral position. From our hands and knees, we'll keep it simple. Lift the right leg up behind you, keep the knee bent. Hip circle, right leg goes around. Take your foot and replace your right hand. Kneeling lunge. Then tuck the back toes under, scoot your back knee farther back, creating more stretch in the hip flexor and the quads. You can flatten that back foot out. Walk the hand up to the right leg, press into it, and press to lift the chest. We want to feel the back leg specifically. So we're tilting that pelvis, so you're pulling the belly in, trying to point your tailbone downward at the same time that back leg is feeling a lot. Reach those arms up, palms towards one another. Now reach back, give it a little bit more chest expansion. Getting into some back bends today. This is one of the kind of a critical pose to work towards back bends. Okay, straighten that front leg, sit back, half splits. Just a good complement to what we just did. And back to the center, walk the hands forward, tuck the back toes, bring that back knee in so the knee is stacked underneath the hip. And then right hand to the inside of the foot, right foot goes back to the ground. Easy enough, right? So if instead of doing downward facing dog, step through, we're going to go from hands and knees. Lift the left leg this time, keep the knee bent. Hip circle, bring that left knee around. Left foot replaces left hand. Left and left. Tuck the back toes under, inch the right leg farther back to your degree that you feel. Keep the left knee over left ankle and walk the hands up to the leg, the thigh. Right, crescent lunge, a low kneeling crescent lunge. Again, lower belly's pulling in, like your pubic bone and sternum are trying to pull together. That's going to allow you to feel more on the leg. Reach those arms up. Yes. Maybe back farther. Good. And then forward. Bow forward, straighten that front leg. Hips are being sent back. Left toes pull towards the knee. Deep breaths. Maintain that breath. Maintain that smile as we go through this short section of yoga practice. Okay, bring it forward again. Tuck the back toes, scooch the back knee in. So it's stacked under the hip. Left knee to the inside of the foot, transition. Left knee goes back. Take your knees maybe a little wider, at least hip distance. Walk the hands forward and melt the heart and the chest down. Puppy pose or melting heart pose. So your gaze is forward. Breath is steady. Press the pinky fingers into the floor. Coming out of this, shift forward. Walk the hands back. Yep, tuck the toes under. Lift the hips, we're back in downward facing dog. Walk both feet forward to your forward fold. We're going to finish out with one more little movement here. Lift up halfway, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sit back to chair pose, rise up, reach up. Chair pose, bent knees. Take both hands to the knees, both hands on your knees, cross the hands. So right hand to left knee, left hand to right knee. Create little, like you're pulling strings, so crane's beaks they're called. So bring all your fingers together. As you inhale, lift up, making a Y, leading with your wrists, open up, and like you're pulling those strings up. Then let go, hands wide, bend back to chair pose. Hands float down to the knees, cross the legs. Do that again slow. Inhale, rise up, making that Y shape, backs of the wrists pressing back. Exhale, chair pose. Now we do it 3 times quickly. Quick inhale, lift, inhale. Exhale, lower. Quick. And slow back to chair pose. One more time, wake up. And hands just by your side, so no more chair pose, just float the hands down. Okay, coming down for our meditation. That was our sun salutation pose practice. So we'll reach up at the top of the mat. We're simply going to flow it down with the same way we've been moving, forward fold. Half lift, finding length, and then step back about halfway, simply taking the knees down right away. Cross the ankles, roll back past your ankles, or bring your legs around, and we're seated. Here we are. Get your legs in a comfortable position. If you want any props or to sit on pillows or even sitting on a chair or against a wall, that would be totally fine. I encourage you to remain seated for this last section rather than lying down, specifically or particularly if it's still early morning. So our goal is to wake up, right? We're not trying to go back to sleep. We're trying to wake up. So upright in the body and staying alert, even while we're at calm and peaceful. It's a simple meditation today. I will guide you through a few minutes and we can sit together. And it's up to you how long you want to stay, but I would like to encourage you to hang on with us and join us for this meditation. I am happy. Take a few breaths and just bring that into your body. Some deep breaths. What does your body feel like? What sensations arise when you tell yourself that I am happy? Do you kind of cringe? Does it feel unnatural? It might, and that's okay. If you're not used to something, it might feel a bit unnatural. And we'll work on a very simple meditation. It's a simple smile meditation. So as we are here, you're going to act as if you are happy. Some people might say this as fake it till you make it. Even though that's not always the best advice, it does work for some instances. And feeling energetic and joyful and happy is one of those instances. When we start acting, when we start sharing that we are joyful, we are smiling, we are happy, that becomes contagious to others. And it's also something that starts to radiate within our bodies. It starts to become more natural. There's a story that, or a example, that when a kid is, let's say she's into theater and she always plays the role of the mean girl. Pretty soon in her own life, her home life, she starts to become this mean girl. But when you switch roles and start acting as the positive, excited, happy girl in all of the roles in her theater productions, she becomes more happy and excited at home. And so where today can we bring a little bit more smile, a little bit more joy to each moment? So turn the corners of your lips up and focusing on the sensations of happiness. Radiate joy, radiate energy, vibrate from deep within, or as within as you can get, to create your own shining sun, your own light of happiness. So we will sit a few more minutes, breathing, simply sitting with a smile on our face and the affirmation in mind, I am happy. In a few minutes, I'll lead us back out to finish our practice. let's start to take a deep breath in and a slow exhale, bringing yourself back with a little wiggle of the fingers. Check in with a smile on your face. Is it still there? If not, put it back. And open your eyes. We're back together to conclude our morning practice. Today, I encourage you to find a bit more joy in your day and your life and your activities. And you can choose that joy. So you can choose to be excited when you're washing the dishes or cooking food or whatever it is that you do throughout your day. And what can also help is gratitude. So being grateful for the things that we have, for the ability to be the way that we are. So thinking of gratitude and smiles on our face, right? Moving forward. So to end our practice together, we reach our hands up as if we're sealing everything in between the hands. Bring it into your heart and lock it there. Hands to the chest. One more breath. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining this morning movement and meditation practice. I hope to see you again tomorrow.